So here they are, Road 6s, brand spanking new, here at BMW Ventura County. And I can't wait to ride these suckers. I had the service guy that just replaced the tires and did a recall for the starter relay on my bike. He rode it and he said with this AKRAPOVIC, and he rides a lot of GSs, but he's never with the full system of AKRAPOVIC. He said it's absolutely phenomenal and it sounds great. So there you have it, Road 6s. To be honest with you, the tire looks a lot wider than the Karoo 4s on the Road 6. All right, guys, she's home. And let me tell you, what a completely different bike she is now. With the AKRAPOVIC headers, as well as these Road 6s, the bike performs flawlessly. I'm at like a much bigger lean angle right now, and yet I can tell because of the profile of the tire, I'm gonna have a much wider chicken strip. On the Karoo 4s, I basically was at the edge. And I thought they handled pretty well, but my God, these are different tires. They just feel more convincing, more comfortable on them. I don't know what it is, but I was flying on the bike, going at least 110, 115 most of the way home. You could barely feel it. And like the service tech, the master tech that worked on my bike, he said it. He's ridden tremendous amount of 1300 GSs, none with the AKRAPOVIC headers. And he goes, it's a completely different bike. There's so much more power. It's more responsive. I agree with him. The throttle response is a lot better. For whatever reason, the bike has not been tuned. I may not even get the tune. If I get the Bren tuning, which technically adds another 20 horsepower to this thing, it's a monster. So he was even saying, he goes, why would you get an M1000XR, a mixer? Just stick with this bike. It's just a tremendous amount of power. The throttle response is different. I don't know what to tell you, but I am extremely happy with the pipes. Get them, 1000%. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. Everybody at the dealership, and it's a pretty big dealership, they were wowed by the headers. The sound it makes. I mean, look, they're starting to turn purplish and blue. I would buy these 1,000 times over again. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. Now for a couple more carbon fiber parts to come in that I've been waiting for, like the front fender and the winglets on the windshield. Once those come in, this bike is basically done unless I go with the Bren tuning. So I'm just trying to video and just show you kind of the profile of the bike, how it sits. It performs flawlessly. These tires, guys, highly, highly recommend the Road 6s. Highly recommend them. And if you could stomach the sound of these AKRAPOVICs, trust me when I tell you this, they are loud. But they are a good loud. And they wake this bike up, and this bike feels sportier. It's more fun to ride now. That's why I was looking at the mixer at the M1000XR, just because of the sound and the power it gives. This bike performs just as good, and it's more comfortable. At least what I've been told by even the sales guy, who said, look, I'd love to sell you a $30,000 bike, but trust me on this, stick with your 1300 the way you have it built right now. I kind of tend to agree with him. What do you guys think? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Hey guys, this is a really fun bike now, a really fun bike. And I highly, highly recommend these AKRAPOVIC headers.
Hey guys, just reporting back. I took her up some canyon roads and some twisties up in the Santa Monica Mountains, Malibu area, and trying to scrub in the new tires, and my God, what a difference in the twisties. Super happy with the tires, super happy with the AKRAPOVIC headers and silencer now, so it's got the full system. You'll see that they are bluing very, very well. I got about maybe 50 miles on it now, 50, 60 miles. And they're already turning a really nice blue. So super happy with it. It's loud. It's a really good loud, not an obnoxious loud. It's just fun to ride. But yeah, enjoy it. So just wanted to give you an update. Oh, one last thing. I mentioned that I have about 50 to 60 miles on this bike since I put the headers on. So far, no error codes on the dash. Bike runs pretty well. No ridiculous backfiring or decel pops. I do get decel pops. It's got that fart noise every time you downshift and upshift. They're a good sound, but they're not an obnoxious sound. So I think it'll work out in the long run without having to get a tune, but I might still do the Bren tuning. Needless to say, bike is flawless, rides well, knock on wood, and again, no error code on the dash so far after about 50-60 miles. We'll see if it does pop up at some point. But again, reminder, I do have the Servo Eliminator. The flapper servo motor has been removed completely, so I don't have that on the bike at all. And instead, I have the Servo Eliminator from HealTech. So there you have it. No error codes so far after 50 to 60 miles.